My dear brothers and sisters, boys and girls, and my dear children, today we celebrate the feast of Our Lady of Perpetual Succor. Many other titles under which we celebrate the feast of our Mother Mary. Just a couple of days ago, we celebrated it under the title of Immaculate Heart of Mary, and before that, as Our Lady of Fatima. When Pope Pius IX personally saw the icon, he said of it, "How beautiful she is." After commending the icon to the congregation of the Most Holy Redeemer, the Redemptorist, Pope Pius IX gave the following instructions: make her known to the whole world. This devotion to Our Lady of Perpetual Succor is somewhat unique, as it is based on a single work of art. Though the story of how the icon came to be a subject of veneration is somehow shrouded in mystery, the story which the icon itself depicts is nonetheless full of grace and truth. Mary, a woman of substance, whom we venerate today under the title of Our Lady of Perpetual Help, emphasizes her unfailing eagerness to pray for the welfare of human beings. Her miraculous interventions has changed the lives of many a believer. My dear people of God, this Mother of Perpetual Succor is not only in the church in Rome or in our local churches, but also in our homes. In Rome, miraculous healing spread rapidly, and people came in hundreds to visit the shrine and pray. Soon the whole area was filled with abundant crutches, wheelchairs, and glass cupboards filled with gold and silver thanksgiving offerings in the shape of heart, legs, hands, and arms. Among us, I'm sure, there would be someone who will vouch about the miraculous happenings in their lives, which has brought about a renewal in their personal as well as family life. Mary, in this beautiful icon, which at times is called the Golden Madonna, is seen as a towering figure with a gaze on the people, inviting us to her Son with all her 5 fingers pointing towards Jesus. We are reminded of the scene at the wedding of Cana, where she tells the stewards, "Do as he tells you." Mary, in this icon, looks into the eyes of the onlooker, inviting us to Jesus, who is the way, the truth, and the life. Me, being a member of the Franciscan congregation, whose patron is St. Francis de Sales, let me share a well-known incident in the life of SFS. During his early life, he underwent a terrible crisis, the problem of predestination. It is a position which holds that God has determined the eternal destiny of every human being. He has chosen some to eternal life and others to eternal punishment. This led St. Francis de Sales to despair. In his desperate moments, one day he entered a church and knelt in the chapel of Our Lady. He was inspired to make an unconditional surrender of his salvation to God. There he saw a card with the prayer of the Memorare. He took it, he prayed it, and he was instantly healed. He consecrated himself to the Blessed Virgin Mary and decided to dedicate his life to God with a vow of chastity. On this feast day of Our Lady of Perpetual Succor, we are invited to admire and venerate the deep love and affection of our Blessed Virgin Mary and seek her help and intercession to lead a life closer in union with the Lord. Let us never forget this clement Queen, this mighty intercessor, this tender mother. Let us, as St. Francis de Sales explains, run to Mary and as her children cast ourselves into her arms with a perfect confidence. Like St. Francis de Sales, Let us surrender our fears, our emotions, our despair, and our anxieties so that we can make the necessary change in our living. Mary is just not presented for our consolation, but also for our inspiration, even imitation. Faith apart from good works is dead, St. James wrote to the early Christians. In a similar vein, Our Lady's eyes looks out from the painting towards all the faithful as she echoes the plea of St. Paul, be imitators of me. The model of Mary is precisely what Pope Francis has placed before the Church for reflection. In fact, in his apostolic exhortation, Evangelii Gaudium, the Holy Father called the Blessed Mother the star of new evangelization. For it is in turning to her that we will find our guide and our strength in spreading the gospel message with joy. Whenever we look to Mary, we come to believe once again in the revolutionary nature of love and tenderness. She constantly contemplates the mystery of God in our world, in human history, and in our daily lives. She is the woman of prayer and work in Nazareth. And she is also Our Lady of Help, who sets out from her home with haste to be of service to others. This title of Our Lady of Help underscores the very essence of the new evangelization. As soon as Mary conceived the Christ child, she did not remain hidden in contemplation nor avoid contact with others, but on the contrary, went hurriedly into the hill country to help her pregnant cousin Elizabeth. Such an example of apostolic charity is precisely what Christians in recent years have been asked to emulate. Mary going to the aid of one in need is our model par excellence. During the pandemic that we are currently facing, we have experienced many selfless people who have, like Mary, reached out in service. Doctors, nurses, essential staff, among others. Today, as we turn to our Mother of Perpetual Succor, we ask her to give us the wisdom during this extraordinary time to make the necessary discernment with regard to our actions, our movements, our thoughts, and to be able to chalk out our plan of action in order to make the necessary changes to live this new normal life that we are facing with courage, optimism, and a sense of responsibility. We need to be vigilant, take greater precautions, adhere more strictly to prescribed regulations, and above all, surrender our fears and anxieties through our family and personal prayer. May the Mother of Perpetual Succor bless all our families.